Fucking Saturday, 1838, 40 seconds, year 2022. Fucking month 6th is June. Fucking 25th day. Fuck. Getting this fucker off. Anyway. This is what we ran into and we finally fucking got a solution to it. And that's the fucking ball joint. We finally got it loose. But when we put the wedge in, we realized that we had the bolt in still, and the bolt was still tight. It was tight to a point. Because I had just during the process, fucking washer. During the process, looks like I kind of ruined the threads a little bit down there. Yeah, ruined the thread, so that's a good thing I have another bolt. Anyway, during the process, so that I just want you to see where the bolt's at, so that you get a picture in your head, the bolt. So remember, just pull the fucking bolt all the way out. Anyway, I got another bolt down here. This is an old one. So if this doesn't screw in, then we're still good. Fuck it. So now we can start getting that lower control arm off. But you can see I used this wedge thing to wedge it in there. You got to pound it in pretty good to get it to stick and to open up. But I was getting these bolts off, putting it back on, tightening and loosening it and all kinds of shit just to figure it out. Because I want to get these bolts off here and this bolt off there that holds the arm on. This bolt here. Up in there, see if you can see that, whatever the fuck. It's hard to tell. I'm all at fucking weird angles. So to be able to get that arm off and to have it unattached from this whole fucking assembly, so where we would have to put it back up there. If it didn't go in, the holes and the bolts didn't line up straight, I couldn't get them in for whatever the fuck reason. Instinct was telling me, you know, from years and years of wrenching fucking nuts and all kinds of shit, instinct told me that fucker's gonna be impossible to get back fuck up there if I left that fucking knuckle all the way connected to the arm. The knuckle connected to the arm, you get it? It's called a steering knuckle. And then you have the lower control arm. So in short, they just call it the knuckle connected to the arm. Sometimes here's the universal principle. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to put things back together if that knuckle's connected to the arm. Think on that one. Sometimes you gotta dismount the knuckle and put it in the pocket so that the arm can hang limp and loose. Before we get into an impossible situation, we're fucking stuck. What's that sound like? A universal principle. What does that sound like? Does that sound like a fight? You know what a fight is? It's a stuck situation, man. Think on that one. Stuck. because we forgot to disconnect the knuckle from the arm. And what happens when the knuckle stays connected to the arm? Start pulling out the swing set. You know what a swing set is? That's something that children swing back and forth on, connected to chains or ropes. You know, all this shit out here in artificial civilized world, folks, it's not just there for no fucking reason at all. They're actually artificial clues to help us connect to the reality universal laws. Although they're just artificial. Because, basically when we start getting into fights, that's usually a sign that there's a childish situation at hand. In other words, the child has not yet grown up to be able to handle business. And so here we are with the society that we're living in, where the bully child is controlling everything, and thus this is why everything's all screwed up. Everything's in a state of fucking war all the fucking time. Everything's in a state of competition. It's always me against you. I've got to outsell you, and I've got to put you out of business so that I can have a monopoly, and it's all mine, and now you bend over, kiss my ring, and pay me a fucking tax, fucker. I own the fucking land. That's a very childish fucking situation, you see? All because the knuckle was not disconnected from the arm. Before we had a repair. Think on that. A repair. So here we are with this artificial thing called a car that is having a repair. And we're in a situation here where it was more advantageous to disconnect that knuckle, the steering knuckle, from the arm or the lower control arm to necessitate a repair that would not get us into a stuck situation. A stuck situation. Are you starting to see? A stuck situation. That's what a fight is, folks. It's a stuck situation. Like stuck in the mud, spinning the wheels, slinging mud all over the place, not getting anywhere. Does that sound like war? Huh? Does that sound like competition? I've got to get over on someone else. Is that what it sounds like? Does that sound like no equality? There's no equality in the situation. It's someone has to win. Does that sound very familiar in today's clone political world? Someone has to win. All this vote for me situation. Someone has to win. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, don't believe me, just a story. These are just things that I see and observe, and I like to audit these things into the air. Especially when these video situations happen to come up on publicly. Woo! It just wants to come. Anyway, wonderful story. Best story I got to share. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Or I could be missing parts, too. I could just have parts, some things fairly on point. Because I'm always learning, too, folks. I'm always learning too. I don't know it all. I sure want to know it all though. Sure would be nice to know every fucking thing there is to know instead of having it fucking hid from me. You know, like the governments and the military hiding all the wonderful technology from us. Huh? Hiding knowledge from us. Hiding all kinds of shit from us. Huh? Would you want to know? You don't have to answer the question. I'm just going to have a statement. I'm going to come forth with a statement. I want to know. Anyway, until next video. Later.